Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Atlas. This is another daily update video on AMC. As you guys can tell by my name, I also cover cryptocurrencies, but just so you guys are aware, I'm a huge supporter of AMC, the movement. I own AMC stock, and I want to see this do well. Ape Nation, apes together strong, like let's do this, guys. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like button. It definitely helps us out with the YouTube search algorithm, and feel free to share this video on social media if you think other people would find this to be helpful as well. Please keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion, it's my own research, and I encourage you guys to do your own research as well. So I actually had mentioned this in my video yesterday. And, I don't get a lot of search and discovery. I don't know if it's because I also cover the cryptocurrency like SafeMoon and stuff, or what exactly it is that's going on. But hey, we got a little bit better traction yesterday, so I am excited for that. But regardless, one of the things that I want to mention is that what you're seeing right now is untouched. I haven't changed anything. It's same from what it was yesterday. And lo and behold, where we are right now is right on the dot, basically, of where I actually had this projection. So I feel really proud with this, and let me go and clarify why I had this positioned here. So from what we saw with this last major run up, there was a previous candle. This big candle dropped all the way down below, was substantiated with a lot of this consolidated movement. What I was looking for was the comparison to Volkswagen's squeeze. And if you take a look over here, it had reached a high up around $56.07 before it had a massive drop the following week. Everything we're looking at right now is on the weekly candles. That substantial drop was approximately 54.6% of a drop before it decided to rip. Now look at where we are for today. With AMC from its previous high, which was around $72.68, all the way down to market close, and now in the after hours, we can actually see it's even just slightly below it. And I'm not saying it's for sure going to go up. Let me clarify that, guys. All the technical analysis, everything that we have here is based on the law of probabilities. So you have a higher probability of it doing one thing than another. The more instances you have to show commonality, then that shows a trend position. So having Volkswagen is just one instance. If I had more instances, or if anybody knows of multiple instances that uses this percentage metric of what I'm just showing you right now, then great. Then it substantiates this even stronger. But a lot of people have been comparing this to Volkswagen. I just wanted to share this. So take a look. We are almost on the dot at that 54.6% of that drop. If I drop it down just a little bit more, it's at 54.9 right now, right? So it's very, very close. You take a look at it on the daily, it dropped 15%. Now, it was not only AMC that went down today. A lot of other stocks went down. And then what you're seeing is a lot of this FUD that's going on over in media. Like, for example, on CNBC, their title of their article, a lot of people were really upset with this too. It says, AMC share prices gets cut in half as reality sets in for meme stock investors. And then you see a lot of people that are calling people idiots, that they're not investigating this right. And, they're attacking us as apes, saying that we don't understand this because fundamentally AMC is only worth supposed to be like $5, or what some people say it's only worth a penny and stuff. Get the hell out of here with that. Excuse me on that. Right. But let's take a look at some of the other things that are going on, like what's going on with the dark pool. Look at the amount of positions of this that are taking place over there. Look at the volume that's taking place over on the dark pool. It is expected that a high amount of volume on the daily is actually primarily taking place on the dark pool and not over on the light pools, the accesses that you and I have. We don't have access to the dark pool. This is where the shenanigans and stuff takes place. These people are moving their funds around. They're extending their deadlines out for the margin calls. We're seeing that we own over 80% of the float. That's officially been confirmed by the CEO of AMC when they did their share recount, right? In addition to that, it's now being speculated that we are actually closer to around 92% of the float. You actually look at the institutional ownership and what's going on with that there. People, the inflows, the outflows, what's going on over on the exchanges here, we're seeing primarily more inflows than there are outflows. And a lot of the data is really suggesting that people keep buying the dip. And a lot of the people that are in this community that support this cause are actually holding their guns down, and they're just waiting it out. And you know why? Because a lot of the other YouTube content creators have the same message as what I'm also saying. We just have to hold. We don't get charged for owning this stock. We only have a profit if we sell it, or a loss if we sell it, because we're converting it back to dollars. Until then, everything is in motion. It can go one way or another. And that's the thing with investing, guys. Remember, anything can happen. The golden rule of investing, never invest more than what you're willing to lose. So if you want to invest more into this to support it more, feel free to do so. But the reality is, we don't necessarily have to do that, guys. You know why? Because those that shorted their positions, at some point, they have to close out those positions. And so what's being suggested is that the whole market is actually taking a huge hit because these people, what they're doing is they're selling their assets, their other stocks that they own, these ETF positions, and essentially they're moving those funds to draw out the deadline for what's going on with these margin calls. And some people are also speculating that these hedge funds are trying to control the squeeze, knowing that it's going to happen anyways. So the speculation there is if they can kind of allow it to rise up a bit, maybe some people get shaken out and then they allow it to start dropping down again so that them as the hedge funds are not actually losing out as much as what they really need. So there's a lot of potential shenanigans that are taking place. Regardless, guys, a 15% drop for a single day is quite substantial. And on the daily here, taking a look at this for AMC, we now have 4 days consecutively in a row of red. And if you're playing something like roulette, let's just say, you've got black and red, and you technically have green on the side. So there's 3 instances, but the green is very rare. So it's mostly 50-50. When you're doing that, if you see it go black, and then black again, and then black again, and then black again, your mind is going to say, from a human psychological perspective, it keeps going black. I know that red is on the table. It's got to go red at some point. So I think it's probably a safer bet to go red. Now, this is a little bit of a roulette, but it's a little bit more of a controlled environment because we control the price action. We're not just throwing a ball and then letting gravity do whatever it does, okay? So the thing is, when people see this and you see 4 days in a row, some people are saying, hey, I think it's getting overextended. It's getting to the point where it's more likely to go the opposite direction. And this is where RSI comes into play, this thing that you see down here on the bottom. That's the relative strength index down that way. And we can see that on the daily, this is actually right around 35, guys. If it drops below the 30 range right here, that indicates that it is oversold. A lot of people would expect it and suggest that it already is massively oversold, myself included in this, but just looking at it from a daily RSI perspective, it's very close on the edge of being in that oversold territory. Volume started to pick up a little bit more today, but overall, in comparison to what we've seen back from like the days, for example, primarily starting around looks like the big push started around May 25th, and then we had that big push going on, kind of like a mini squeeze of its own right there. And so, guys, we still have a lot of opportunities here. The big thing that's concerning right now is the fact that we're below that level of support line at $35. I believe Trades was saying around $32, what he was speculating on. And as you guys just saw with what I pointed out here on the weekly, we can actually see that that matches up very well with what I had projected as far as in relationship to the Volkswagen squeezes percentage. If this decides that it wants to drop down further, I'd see we potentially have support around 28.41, and then really keep an eye out on the next major level around $20.45. And don't let all this FUD get to you guys. If you believe in this movement, which I still believe in it, and I plan on probably buying more tomorrow. I want to see what happens as far as market open goes and just kind of play things out from there. But I'm not selling any of my AMC stocks right now. I haven't sold anything here in the last couple months. I think I kind of played with AMC and like months ago with like 1 to 10 shares or something like that. And then after that, I did more research into the stocks, started getting more involved in the market space in general, and I was boom, and I was in, and I've been locked down, and I'm totally supporting this thing, guys. So anyways, that's going to go and do it for this video. The only other things I guess I could say real quick is that there are 500,000 shares available to borrow. We currently have 46,706 calls in the money expiring on July 16th. And we got 2.7 million ETF shares available to borrow. Don't fall for all this FUD. People like the Motley Fool, they just keep trashing it every single day. And people are saying that that's actually owned by like hedge funds and stuff. So I don't know a lot of details behind that one, to be honest with you. But I do see that they're just trashing it every single day. So I've got strong conviction. I got diamond hands. Relax. Change your perspective. Go do other things. Enjoy your life. Find other things to draw revenue in for you. And they got to pay up their shorts at some point, right? So thank you guys so much. Let me know in the comments. Let everybody else know in the comments how you feel. Feel free to share. I got referral links in the description if you guys want to earn free cryptocurrencies or free stocks or both. Look to see what we got there. It's free money, guys. And thank you, and I will see you in the next episode.